Well, I need to talk about epigenetics today because a lot of people says, well, what is epigenetics? Well, the short version is the term epigenetics is a one-word definition of what's going on to make your genes, your DNA, and your RNA to work perfectly for optimizing health, optimizing longevity, optimizing strength, speed, growth, all that kind of stuff. Because your genes, your DNA, and RNA do not work in a vacuum. They require raw materials. And some of the more interesting ones, I think, because I think people know about vitamin A and vitamin C and calcium and that kind of stuff, but most people don't know a lot about rare earths. Rare earths are trace minerals. If you need 200 micrograms a day of selenium and 200 micrograms a day of chromium and 200 micrograms a day of vanadium, these are considered trace minerals, you need 10 micrograms of rare earths. And we're talking about ytterbium, yttrium, neodymium, praseodymium. We're talking about samarium, europium. And these things are really, really exciting because they are the raw materials required by your genes, your DNA, and your RNA to maximize your potential for longevity, health, speed, and strength. Now, most people think, well, including doctors, I've got good genes because my grandma lived to be 102, my granddaddy lived to be 98, and they smoked and drank and stayed up late and gambled and cussed and did all that kind of stuff, and we can do the same thing. And you do the same thing, and you die at 48 of a heart attack. Well, that's because they did other things that you didn't do. They supplemented with nutrients every day. And people, no, they didn't take supplement. Well, yeah, they did. They supplemented with plant minerals from wood ashes into their garden, and they ate the corn and the tomatoes and the beans and squash and sweet potatoes and onions they grew in the gardens. And when they did this, they got these nutrients, which actually gave the raw materials to their genes and their DNA and RNA to function at their optimal levels. It's kind of like if you were to have a Lamborghini and the maintenance book says put 6 quarts of this high-grade oil in there and change the oil every 1,000 miles or every 10,000 days or 30 days, whichever comes first, and you say, that's too expensive. I'm going to just put 6 quarts of dirt from Texas in there because everybody knows a lot of oil in Texas, and the odds are there's going to be some good oil in that dirt. Well, that car probably won't go the distance that one tank of gas might run it. And so the same thing is true with your genes and DNA and RNA require these raw materials. These raw materials are what's necessary for genes and DNA and RNA to work properly. Now, this is called epigenetics. Of course, my new book out, Epigenetics, The Death of the Genetic Theory of Disease Transmission, and the supporting books, Rare Earths, Forbidden Cures, it goes into a lot of detail of what these rare earths do. I'd urge you to get Epigenetics, The Death of the Genetic Theory of Disease Transmission, get a hold of the book, Rare Earths, Forbidden Cures, and get a hold of the book, Immortality. And you'll know more about doctors than doctors know when it comes to genetics, because they think everything's genetics. Genetics cannot work without raw materials. You can have the best genes in the world, but if you're not taking in your 90 essential nutrients, 16 minerals, 16 vitamins, 12 essential amino acids, and 3 essential fatty acids, your genes are not be able to perform. Your DNA and RNA will not be able to perform, and you will be in trouble. You're not going to get the bang for the buck, so to speak, when it comes to your genetics. So you have to be consciously on top of this. And I just love the example of the car. You can do the same thing with all your electronics. If you are missing pieces out of your equipment, your computer's not going to work very well. If you're missing pieces out of your phone, your phone's not going to work very well. Same thing with your car, same thing with your body, same thing with your genes, DNA, and RNA. And this is why doctors say silly things like, yeah, these deficiencies cause disease in animals, but in human beings it's genetic. Well, the reason is because in the animal world, when we do a study on a nutrient, these animals are getting perfect nutrition. They're getting all 90 essential nutrients. They're little alfalfa pellets. And basically what I want you to do is understand that they will, in fact, just do wonderful. Now, human beings, if they put 500 people in the same study, there's not 2 of them eating the same thing. They're living in houses or living in apartment buildings. One's working in a hospital as a nurse. One's working in an office building as a secretary. One's working on the street department, sweeping the streets. But they're all getting the same nutrient, or they're missing the same nutrient, or whatever. And so you never get the same results as you do in animals, because in animals, in the experimental arena of nutrition, we make sure they get all 90 essential nutrients except the one we're trying to investigate. And that's what makes the difference. So again, I urge you to get a hold of the book Epigenetics, The Death of the Genetic Theory of Disease Transmission. And even James Watson, the guy who, along with Francis Crick, identified in 1953 the double helix structure of DNA. They got the Nobel Prize in 1962 for their work. And in 2013, James Watson spoke at the Salk Institute in San Diego, University of California, San Diego, and said, well, all the experiments we've done in genetics for the last 6 years have been irrelevant. You can sequence 150,000 people a day when it comes to their genetic sequencing, their genome, and guess what? You're not going to cure cancer, diabetes, or any other disease because it's not genetics, it's chemistry, biochemistry, a.k.a. nutrition. So, Epigenetics, The Death of the Genetic Theory of Disease Transmission. Contact your Young Disease Associate today. And oh yeah, based on the 2009 Nobel Prize-winning research, get the product Immortalium. I take 3 of those twice a day to keep my genes, DNA and RNA happy. Immortalium for life. Okay, Doug, let's go to callers. Or let's go to the pearls of wisdom.
You're trying to short me here today. Well, this month is National Watermelon Month, so I thought we'd do a story from ABC News here that's headlined 5 things you didn't know about watermelon. Said it's a summer snack that has some serious health perks. They say watermelon has powerful health benefits, 46 calories per cup, and it offers 20% of your daily intake of vitamin C, 17% of your daily intake of vitamin A, according to the USDA. According to Cynthia Sass, she is a registered dietitian and a contributing editor to ABC News. She says watermelon contains dietary fiber for digestive health as well as potassium, a mineral that helps keep the blood pressure capped. And one of the first things that this one I didn't know myself, actually, and it was that it has more lycopene than a raw tomato. Say just 1 cup of watermelon has 1.5 times this stuff, that meaning the lycopene as a large fresh tomato, 6 milligrams compared to 4 milligrams. Is also from the USDA. They say lycopene is a super antioxidant that has been known to stop free radicals from damaging cells and messing with your immune system. Lycopene, typically found in red fruits and vegetables, may help also fight heart disease as well as several types of cancer. And they also go on to say, number 2 is that the juice can relieve muscle soreness. A Spanish study published in the Journal of Agriculture and Food Chemistry found that drinking watermelon juice can actually be soothing to the muscles after a grueling workout. Athletes who consumed a little more than 16 ounces an hour before exercise had less muscle soreness and a lower heart rate within a day. They go on to say also it is a fruit and a vegetable. They say watermelon is a product of a seed-producing plant, and it can be traced back to squash, pumpkin, cucumber family. And also they say that it's packed with well water. It's a serious hydration power. Watermelon is 91.5% water, according to the USDA. And a study published in the journal Nutrition found that women who had even mild dehydration experienced headache and concentration problems, as well as fatigue and worse moods. And they say there's a yellow variety of watermelon that's not pink inside, and it's known as the yellow crimson. So with it being watermelon month, it's probably good to go out and have a few slices of the good stuff.
Yeah, and of course, that goes along with everything we know about red and purple fruit and vegetables that have all these good things in them. And this is one of the reasons why I like the Beyond Tangerine, the original and the 2.0. It's just really great stuff. And you can't always get good watermelon, but you can get it through these products. And we're very, very proud of this. These are the sort of things, particularly, again, with fellas, prostate gland stuff, also erectile dysfunction. Watermelon is good. And so I urge you to take Doug's advice here. But I want you to do it through the Youngevity's Beyond Tangerine 2.0. It doesn't get any better than that. And you'll get the benefit. And again, I urge you to get a hold of the trilogy of books, Let's Play Doctor, Let's Play Herbal Doctor, and the Passport to Aromatherapy. And what you're going to find is that when you use natural things, just like for high blood pressure, kind of a little sidebar here, high blood pressure, why would you use a prescription drug that can kill you when you can eat our dark chocolate, triple treat chocolate, or our cocogivity liquid, has flavonols in there, which lower blood pressure. These are the sort of things we're talking about. So thanks for the watermelon story, Doug. Super job. And we'll be back with more Truth, Justice, and the Youngevity Way on Dead Doctors Don't Lie for these messages. Okay, Doug, now let's go to callers.
All right, let's head to Salinas, California. And Jim, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Jim, you're on the air.
Dr. Wallach, I'm having a terrible problem with my urinary tract.
Okay.
Let me give you a little history here. Basically, right now, what I'm faced with is I cannot urinate without either self-catheterization or wearing a catheter in a leg bag. So I'd like to get away from that, so I'm hoping you can help me. I was diagnosed with cancer in 2009. I went on the Budwig diet, which is basically flaxseed oil, cottage cheese, a blend of those and other things. Then I've had continued my prostate enlarged after that, and so I've had to have 2 Roto-Rooter operations. Most currently, I went in to my urologist, and he ran a camera down my tube and shows me there's nothing in there. So he says he can't understand why I'm not able to go, but I just can't go. I have start out with dribble, pain. It becomes painful, and that even the dribble stops. So it's
okay.
Like,
so now though, so if you catheterize yourself, you can urinate.
Oh yeah, if I can self. What he's got me doing now is he's giving me a handful of these tubes that I self-catheterize myself with.
I just want to. I'm trying just to understand where the obstruction is. So you're getting urine into the bladder, but you can't get out of the bladder without catheterization very efficiently. Okay, how much do you weigh, Jim?
145.
Okay. Do you have any other issues? Any diabetes, high blood pressure, arthritis?
No high blood pressure. No.
Do you have any history of back problems?
Beg your pardon?
Do you have any history of back problems?
Oh yeah, I do have some back problems.
Yeah, this may be the cause of your bladder problem, because the internal branches of the sciatic nerves, when they get squeezed, you can get a irritable bladder, you can get a sleepy bladder. And in either case, this is caused by the degenerative disc disease, allowing the vertebrae to get closer together and smashing these roots of the nerves, and so everything's asleep, so to speak. So have you shrunk in height since you were 20 years old?
Yeah, probably about an inch.
Yeah, okay, well, there you go. You've shrunk an inch, which results from shrinking of the disc between the vertebrae. It doesn't happen equally between all the discs, and so you can have one disc that shrinks a half inch and the other disc shrink a millimeter kind of thing. And so in this case, I believe that you may have a degenerative disc problem in your lumbar vertebrae as well. So at 145 pounds, in addition to whatever medication you're taking, I would go ahead and take 1 healthy brain and heart pack per month, an extra bottle of Slims, so you can have 6 of those a day. Get 2 large bottles of glucogel, so you can take 15 a day, 5 at breakfast, 5 at lunch, 5 at dinner. And then call me every couple of weeks. We'll start there. We'll be back after these messages.
Let's head to Brooklyn, New York, and Union, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Hello, Union, you're on the air.
Hi.
Hi, how can we help you?
I'm being diagnosed with early infection of Epstein-Barr virus.
Okay.
And also high acid reflux and the H. pylori in my stomach, the bacteria in my stomach.
Okay, so you also have H. pylori, okay?
Yes.
Now, do you have an actual ulcer, or do you have gastritis?
They didn't found an ulcer. They just say that I have that bacteria and the high acid reflux.
Sure. Okay, how much do you weigh, Union?
87.
87 pounds?
Yes.
Okay. And, let's see here.
Yes, I've been losing weight and lack of appetite.
Okay. Do you have any other issues like diabetes or high blood pressure or arthritis?
No, never.
Okay. And how old are you?
I'm 32 years old.
Okay. Did you ever have asthma as a kid?
No.
Did you have your appendix out?
No.
Okay. Do you have any history of constipation or diarrhea?
No.
Okay. All right. Well, the first thing we have to do is take care of your digestive tract here. And what I would do is go ahead and start out with our ultimate enzymes. Your body weight will have you take one of the ultimate enzymes 2 to 5 minutes before each meal with a couple ounces of water. What we're going to do is begin rebuilding your digestive system. I want you to give up all the bad foods, no fried foods, no exceptions, no fried foods, no processed meats with nitrates and nitrites, and that would include no deli slices, no sandwich meats, no sausage, ham, bacon, bologna, salami, pastrami, pepperoni, jerky, corned beef, that kind of stuff. All that's got to go. No oils. That means no coconut oil. Absolutely no olive oil. No margarines, mayonnaise, celery dressings, cooking oils. Then I want you also to give up carbonated drinks with meals. Even ones you think of as being benign, things like club soda, Perrier water. Absolutely no alkaline water or structured water during meals. And I sell this stuff. I love alkaline water and structured water. They have great purposes. They do great things, but not with meals because they do neutralize stomach acid. Okay? A lot of times, doctors will diagnose you with things like candidiasis, yeast infections, Epstein-Barr virus, because they really don't know what's going on, but they realize you're losing weight, you're not feeling good, you have all these things, but you can't put your finger on really the basic underlying cause. So we're going to improve your digestion. I also want you to take the 90 essential nutrients. I want you to take 1 dose a day of each of the 3 products in the Healthy Start Pack. Okay, one Healthy Start Pack will last you a month. So I want you to take a tablespoon, which is a ½ ounce of the OsteoFX Plus at breakfast and dinner. 1 scoop is the Tangerine 2.0 NutriCrystals at breakfast and dinner. The 3 EFA Plus, you can have 1 with each meal. And then change your diet, okay, and give me a call every 2 weeks and let me know how things are going. We'll be back after these messages. Okay, Doug, let's go to callers.
Let's head to North Carolina, and Anita, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Hello, Anita, you're on the air.
Hi, Dr. Wallach.
Hi, how can I help you?
Yes, sir. I have been suffering from systemic scleroderma for the last 20 years. And I need your help desperately.
Okay. Now, does this affect your lungs?
No, not yet. No, sir, not a lungs.
Okay, so you say internal. Well, is it affecting your liver? What's it affecting?
Not internally, but the problem is it has affected my bones in a bad way because my doctor said put me on all kinds of medications, steroids, methotrexate.
Okay, let me stop you there. Do you have children?
No, sir.
Okay, do you have sisters and brothers?
Yes.
Do any of them have asthma or skin problems, any eczema, dermatitis, psoriasis? Do you have any of those things?
No, I don't, but one of my sisters back home died. The same thing that I have.
Okay.
4 weeks ago.
Okay, did she manifest it exactly the same way?
Yes.
What do you weigh, Anita?
Well, I used to be 5'5". Now I'm about 5'2", and I weigh about 100 pounds.
Okay, so you've lost 3 inches in height. How old are you?
I'm sorry, sir?
How old are you?
I'm 48 years old.
Okay. All right. And let's see here. Any high blood pressure?
No.
Do you have back problems?
My tailbone, yes. My tailbone. I also developed vascular necrosis, which kept me from walking.
Osteoporosis?
Osteoporosis, yes. Rheumatoid arthritis.
Okay, here we go. Get your pen and paper out. Get your pen and paper out. For the osteoporosis and the shrinking, which can be due to degenerative disc disease, it can be due to osteoporosis of the vertebrae, which you have osteoporosis. And so the fact that you lost 3 inches in height tells me you have a very significant osteoporosis and degenerative disc disease. So at 100 pounds, is that what you said, 100 pounds?
Yes, I've been losing a lot of weight.
Yeah. So, okay, so 100 pounds, I would go ahead and take one healthy bone and joint pack per month. I get an extra bottle of the Osteo FX Plus and an extra bottle of Glucogel. I want you to take 1 ounce of the Osteo FX Plus at breakfast and dinner. Okay. And then that'll be 2 ounces a day, one at breakfast, one at dinner. And then I want you to take 1 scoop of the Beyond Tangerine 2.0 at breakfast and 1 scoop at dinner time. The 3 EFA pluses you'll have per day. I want you to take 1 at breakfast, 1 at lunch, 1 at dinner. And then I also want you to get 2 bottles of Glucogel, because I want you to take 15 a day, 5 at breakfast, 5 at lunch, 5 at dinner. And this is to support and promote the maintenance repair of connective tissue, which involves scleroderma, fibromyalgia, lupus, all this kind of stuff. And so I want you to take 15 Glucogel capsules a day, 5 at breakfast, 5 at lunch, 5 at dinner. And because of the muscle aspect of this, too, I'd also like you to have 1 bottle of selenium a day, 2 at breakfast, 2 at dinner. That'll be accomplished by 1 bottle of selenium per month. And then because you do have rheumatoid arthritis diagnosis, what I want you to do is take 3 of our Killer Biotic capsules at breakfast, 3 capsules at dinner time. That'll be 2 bottles a month. And they're designed to support the immune system. They have a blend of 8 herbs. They're designed to support the immune system, but they also have 2 of the 8 herbs actually have antimicrobial properties and can kill bacteria, viruses, fungus, and yeast. Get rid of all the bad stuff out of your diet. No carbonated drinks. No carbonated drinks whatsoever. No alkaline water with meals. Absolutely no structured water with meals. Then I do want you to take and eliminate all the bad stuff again. Fried foods, processed meats with nitrates and nitrites, oils, and gluten. No wheat, bran, rye, and oats. Call me every 2 weeks. I want to know your weight. I want to know your height. I want to know how you're breathing. I want to know how you're sleeping. Tell me about the discomfort in your bones, and we'll walk you through this. Okay, Doug, let's go to callers.
All right, let's head to Oklahoma. And Anna, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Well, Anna, you're on the air.
Hi there. How are you?
Fine, thank you. How can I help you?
Well, I am 38 years old, mom of 3. I'm currently nursing. Been healthy all my life as far as I know, no health problems other than chronic allergies. And I got off of gluten and sugar and processed foods 5 months ago, and I haven't had any, so that's great. My question is, I have had low desire my whole marriage. I've been married 15 years, so I know it doesn't have anything to do with, well, maybe a little with having kids and nursing and all that stuff. But anyway, I just wanted to know what supplements that you would have.
Okay, what do you weigh, Anna? What do you weigh?
94 pounds.
Okay. All right. Well, the thing that drives women's libido or sex drive is testosterone. Women make actually a considerable amount of testosterone, which drives their sex drive. And I'm assuming you have a certain amount of sex drive because you have children. Okay?
Yeah.
And so, the very basics are there, but it's not unusual to be able to not be able to make enough testosterone for both men and women. And so what I want you to do is make sure, even at 94 pounds, I want you to eat 4 to 6 eggs a day. They can be poached with soft yolk, soft boiled with soft yolk. They can be soft scrambled in butter, not oils or margarine. And the purpose of the egg yolks is to give your body the raw materials for your body to make estrogen, progesterone, and also to make testosterone. Okay, your liver and even your ovaries will make a little bit of testosterone. You got to be making this stuff. Then I would go ahead. I actually have the 90 essential nutrients. At 94 pounds, I'd have you take, and this is to kind of maximize everything in the simplest way, I would just say take 1 healthy brain and heart pack. That's going to give you all the nutrients you need to support maintenance repair of everything, including physiology, hormone production, etc. One more thing I would throw in, 2 things actually. One would be the HGH. I want you to take 6 of those at bedtime with a glass of water. That 1 large bottle will last you a month. At 6 at bedtime with a glass of water. That's the HGH. That's to give your pituitary gland all the nutrients it needs to manufacture communication hormones with the ovaries with the adrenal glands, thyroid gland, and so forth. And then lastly, I would like you to take what we call GTO. It's an acronym for Get Turned On. It's actually a mix of herbs that increases your body's ability to make testosterone. It encourages more testosterone production. Let's try that for about 3 months. If we don't get exactly what we want, we'll throw in Woman's FX. Announce that twice a day. We'll be back after these messages. Call me every 2 weeks, Anna. Let us know how things are working out. We're back with Dead Doctors Don't Lie on the ZBS Radio Network. Dr. Joel Wallach here for Youngevity and 95 Crusade. And Doug, let's go to callers.
Let's head to Los Angeles, California. And Lee, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Hello, Lee, you're on the air.
Hi. I just want to tell you that I have on the middle of the left side, under my jawbone, at the top of the neck, there's a lump. It's been there for 2 years. And I also have one on my tongue. And I was taking L-thyrazine, but I cut back because I'm on your 90 essential nutrients right now. I just started that.
Mm-hmm.
I've had this for 2 years, and I noticed that a while ago when I ate sauerkraut, it really got big. So, but it's been maintaining the same size for 2 years.
Okay, now, did you go to the doctor? Did they tell you this is a nodule on the thyroid gland?
No, I never did check it out. Not that.
Yeah.
I did check out my thyroid before. One time they said I was hypo, another time they said it was hyper. So then I...
Yeah, it's possible. It's possible.
Yeah.
Go back and forth.
Right.
And so, what I would do is have them do an ultrasound on that. If it's in the location of your neck where your thyroid gland should be, then it's sort of like low central part of your neck, I would definitely have an ultrasound, no x-rays, none of that kind of stuff. Get an ultrasound, no radiation, no invasion, no special dyes needed. And that'll tell you whether this lump is a typical thyroid nodule or something more sinister.
But this
so I would
is
go
way
ahead
up above my thyroid. It's way up above at the top by my jawbone.
Oh, okay, so it's 3 inches above your thyroid gland.
Yeah, it's way up.
And how long have you had that there?
2 years. 2 years.
2 years? Mm-hmm. Yeah, but also I would still get a ultrasound, and that'll give us some clue of what it might be, and also get a accurate size and so forth. So I would get an ultrasound. I wouldn't get any radiation, but I would get an ultrasound. In the meantime, you said you ate sauerkraut and it got bigger.
Right.
Okay. Well, it's possible because cruciferous vegetables, cabbage, which is sauerkraut, cabbage, broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, and kale actually mess with thyroid activity. And it's not real common, but it does occur where you have an extra thyroid gland. A little one could be the size of a pea in your chest cavity on top of your heart. It could be in your belly. It could be up in your neck. It could be in your brain. And so these are sort of little extra birth defect kind of things. And we don't see them if they're the size of the head of a pin. But let's say you are sensitive to cabbage and broccoli and begin to eat a lot of that stuff, it can actually cause that little nodule of thyroid gland, they call it ectopic, where it's someplace that it shouldn't be. This could go from the size of the head of the pin to the size of a pea or a small grape, which you can see then. And so this is a consideration. But I would have an ultrasound made of it. That'll give us some clue of exact location and the exact size and so forth. We'll see if it's a cyst, if it's hollow, has stuff in it, or if it's solid, and so on. And that would be the place to start. And how much do you weigh, Lee?
About 190. And also I have one on the tongue, on my tongue.
Okay, yeah. Well, it could be anywhere. So let's see, it could be something more sinister, but we need to find out. And so you need to go to an EENT guy, would be a good place to go, and have him look at the tongue. Has anybody done that?
No.
Okay, yeah, I would have a professional health person look at it, look at the tongue, feel your neck, get an ultrasound made, and then give me a call. In the meantime, I would go ahead and have 2 healthy brain and heart packs per month. That will allow you to have 3 of the selenium at breakfast and dinner, 1 ounce of the Osteo FX Plus at breakfast and dinner, 2 scoops of the Beyond Tangerine 2.0 NutriCrystals at breakfast and dinner, 3 of the EFA Pluses at breakfast and dinner. It wouldn't hurt to throw in the Z Radical, which is a great antioxidant. It also has fucoidin in it, which is a substance found in red marine algae from off the shores of Tasmania, which is a big island off the southeastern shore of Australia. And our goal here is to encourage the thyroid gland and any ectopic nodules it might have to be happy and let them shrink back to normal size. And let's assume for a moment that that's what they are, but we need to find out for sure what it is. So here's where a high-resolution ultrasound will do the job. Give me a call when you get the information. Okay, Doug, thank you so much. Sorry, Shar, we're up here in Canada and we couldn't get on the other phone. So thank you, Shar, anyway, for being poised. Thank you so much, Doug and Billy. Superlative job as usual. God bless each and every one of you. God bless our troops. God bless our Navy SEALs. And God bless America.